At this time of year, the polar bears of northern Canada should be preparing for their seal hunting season. All this week, News at 10 has been tracking their migration through the wild and beautiful landscape of Hudson Bay to assess the impact of climate change on these iconic creatures. Our team started their journey in Churchill, travelling across an icy wilderness to Gordon Point and on to Cape Churchill, where the bears should be gathering. But the decline in sea ice is changing their hunting ground. For our science editor, Lawrence McGinty, it's the final stop in his journey to find out the truth about polar bears.
Sunrise over the tundra just outside Churchill. As the mercury drops and the wind rises, the polar bears are preparing to move east to Cape Churchill, where they can get back on the sea ice and hunt seals again after fasting on land for 5 months. But they're not the only ones on the move. We're following them, but it's too dangerous to travel alone in this weather, so we're joining a convoy of buggies towing the Tundra Lodge camp to Cape Churchill, where the bears are beginning their journey on the sea ice. The snow flurries are now so bad you can barely see the buggy ahead of us in the convoy, let alone the trail. We're finding our way because the lead buggy is following GPS waypoints, a bit like the sat-nav in your car, except that out here there's no road map and no road. Progress is painstakingly slow as our driver Dave picks his way past snowdrifts and boulder fields along the shores of the Hudson Bay. Then, near disaster, one of the trailers is starting to slip off its chassis. The solution is ingeniously simple. We shunt it back on with our buggy. Out here, in temperatures which freeze your fingers in minutes, simple methods work best. All this is slowing us down, and as we approach our destination, it's pitch black and the snowstorm has become a whiteout. The journey to the centre of the Bear Kingdom, less than 30 miles, has taken us 9 hours, almost 3 times slower than a marathon run.
That was a long day, gang, but we're here at Cape Churchill, and what a day.
This morning we found the bears waiting for us, playfully sparring. Soon they'll be moving on to sea ice to hunt seals. It's so crucial to them because in 2 short months there, they'll eat 80% of their food intake for a year. Polar bears have been using this route through Cape Churchill onto the sea ice for tens of thousands of years, perhaps even hundreds of thousands of years. But the sea ice round here is disappearing so rapidly, scientists predict that in 50 years or less, there'll be no polar bears at all around the Hudson Bay.
You were out there with that polar bear, and you remember that special moment. Close your eyes for a second and think about you're the last generations to see that polar bear. That's a mortal sin.
Lawrence, what is the truth about polar bears? Are they actually threatened by climate change?
Well, before that, Trevor, I just want to tell you we're hooked up tonight to the Tundra Buggy camp behind us at Cape Churchill. It's -40, and I'd like to tell you a little story from this icy kingdom. You know, researchers here attach radio collars to bears so that they can track them. They haven't published the results yet from this summer's research, but they've told us that they tracked one bear that swam an incredible distance, 350 miles. It must be a record for a polar bear. And it did that because that sea ice was retreating so rapidly. The bear survived, but it's had a 1-year-old cub with it, and that didn't. And I think it's now pretty clear, Trevor, that in this area around the Hudson Bay and in Alaska, the polar bears are not going to survive. They may just hang on in the far north where it's even colder than it is now. Should we care about all this? Well, I think we should. First of all, because polar bears are a signal that climate change is now severe. It's going to be bad for us too. And secondly, to the disappearance of a species as unique as the polar bear diminishes all of us. Okay, Trevor, back to you for the last time.
Lawrence, thank you very much.
And there's much more from Lawrence's journey on our website. Be sure to check out his vlogs like this one from a town where polar bears are everywhere.
For $5, irresistible. I think I might stick it on the editor's door. But this town is so crazy about polar bears. Look at this. We're in the bathroom now. Look on the bottom of the bath. An upside down polar bear.